Evening soft tippers, welcome to Soft Tip Central UK and our second review of the day and our second premiere on YouTube from today. The reason we're doing both of these today is because it is release day at Shop Darts. It's another new release from those guys, and this time we're looking at the Warrior Kapene dart. Basically, the reason the shop brought both of these ranges out, the one that I showed you before, which is the tribal weapon, and this one, which is the Warrior, is because they're celebrating 50 years at Shop Darts this year. The Kapene symbolises where the company has come from, where it's heading. Captain Kapene is basically a nod to their past and their future, and they're bringing in, they want to have a strong character and a strong dart to carry them forward for the next 50 years. So it's a symbolisation thing for those guys, and they built this dart around the symbol of Captain Kapene. The barrel itself is embellished. It's got a takarangi pattern that's intertwined with Celtic knots. That is all formed through the cinder grip and the laser etching that's on the dart, and we'll look at that very, very shortly. Also, there is positive placement along the entirety of this dart. It is a really, really beautiful thing to behold, and I will go into a lot more detail about that very, very shortly. Firstly and foremostly, we're going to go forward and we're going to look at the packaging. We're going to see how this one's packaged up, because it is a beautiful looking dart, and when you see it, it just literally just pops straight out at you. So on any shelf, this dart will stand out in any shop. It is really, honestly, a beautiful dart. So without further ado, we'll go away and we'll have a quick look at the packaging. Okay, so our first look at the Warrior Kapene. He's the captain of SHOT. He's the one carrying them forward for the next 50 years. And this dart is a celebration of the 50 years that SHOT have had in the trade, building darts for a very, very diverse community. As you can see here, the standard warrior sign across the top there, Kapene captain written there, and SHOT in gold lettering across the top, as opposed to their standard silver. This is embellished with gold all the way around. The trim is all gold, and all of the writing down the bottom is gold. That would normally be silver. I think this is because it's the 50th anniversary dart. They've gone for golden anniversary. 20 gram dart, 90% tungsten. It's got a full titanium coating and a cinder grip on it, which adds an additional layer of traction. I'll show you that shortly. And you've got your Teo carbon shafts. And you've got the window here showing the entire dart, and the left small window and the right small window. The flights look amazing. I absolutely love that design. We'll look at that in a bit more depth shortly. Okay, so let's flip it, have a quick look at the back. Again, Warrior logo at the top there, Kapene captain there, SHOT logo at the top here, the Ultimate Warrior, and you've got your quality assured stamp here, lifetime barrel guarantee, and on the sides you've obviously got your socials, and you've got the address of the company itself. So let's open this up and we'll go and have a look on the inside. Okay, so look at the inside packaging here, and as you can see, it's a standard foam surround that comes with all SHOT darts. Your 3 darts are housed beautifully in the foam surround here. You've got your 2 Teo carbon stems there, and you've got these glorious flights. As we do with our SHOT darts review, we're going to pull out the SHOT card. So your SHOT card for these darts, and all of these are unique. Every single one's different. And this again is an 18.55 gram dart, and they are match weighted to within 0.05 gram, which we'll test very, very shortly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go away and we're going to do a weights and measures test. Okay, so it's weights and measures time. As we remember seeing before, we had the 18.55 gram SHOT card, so we're going to measure your barrels for you now. This is an 18.60. And 18.60 again. And 18.59. So they are all within 0.01 of a gram of each other, which is pretty damn good going. So what we'll do now is we'll get the calipers out. We will have a little look at the length and the width. So widest point on this dart I think would be just at this sort of rear center point here on the dart, just before you get to the rear scallop. So I'm going to measure that for you as your widest part. And that's coming in at 6 millimeters on your widest part. And let's look at the length now. And that's a 50 millimeter length there. So quite a nice mid-range length barrel. I've measured barrels up to sort of 56, 57 mil, and measured ones as sort of short as 42 to 40 mil. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go and have a little closer look at these darts, which is well worth doing. And when you see them close up, this is why I've blurred this out a little bit. When you see them close up, they're just an incredible dart to behold. So I'm going to flip this now, and we're going to go and have a look at them a little bit closer. Okay, so time for a closer look at these Warrior darts, the Kapenes. Wow. The cinder grip and the laser etching on this and the titanium coating is absolutely beautiful. The intricate design work, the intricate laser work that's gone into that is absolutely stunning. So we have a telescopic shark grip through the center of the barrel. So obviously it gets larger and then smaller, and that shark grip runs right the way down the center to this tapered nose here. You've got a slightly tapered nose at the front, which takes you down to the point. At the rear of the dart, we have a larger scallop here, which has got a deep cut triangular ring that runs in 5 stages up to the top here, where there's a minute amount of shark grip just at the tip here where you would put the stem. So this dart is actually a front center loaded, so you're going to be looking at a pivot point around about this area. So it will be brilliant for any dart player, if I'm perfectly honest with you, purely because there are reference points and placement points all the way along here. Having the 2 scallops, one at the front and one at the rear, what that's going to do is that's going to give you a placement point for a front gripper and a rear gripper. With the actual loading slightly off center at the front, it's going to benefit both. You have this center piece here, which is a very, very slim center part, a very, very straight barrel there in between the 2 scallops, which again gives you fantastic reference points. The actual design on here, as I said before, is a Takarangi pattern, which is this thick section at the front here, and that's intertwined with the Celtic knots which come up the rear here, and that shows Shot's dedication to the spiritual and physical side of their business and the multi-diversity that they actually like promote within their company for the dart community that they're building. I think this is probably one of the most beautiful darts I've ever seen. And the good thing about it is, with it being a titanium coating and laser etch, you're not going to lose any of the pattern. It's not going to rub off, it's not going to crack off, it's not going to break off. It's there for life. And I just think it is really, really beautiful. Beautiful work of art. But it may look good, but does it throw good? So what we're going to do now is going to take it to the board. Going to have a few throws and see how she goes. Okay, so let's have a few throws now at the soft tip board and we see how these go. Okay, so the first dart I was getting my finger placement, and it literally took me within 1 dart throw to find my position and my reference point on this dart. That little scallop just in front of the centre is an absolute godsend with this dart. 20 grams again as opposed to the usual 18 that I throw. And you can actually sort of feel that it's a little bit heavier here. Because it's a thinner barrel and a longer barrel, it's actually a little bit more dense. So that's where I can feel that there's a weight difference. I love the seal grip. It may seem like a gimmick, but it does actually add a little bit of traction. I get very moist hands when I throw, and I'm not getting any kind of slip or any kind of slide in my fingers, which is really good. All of these are a really nice dart. I love the flight design. I think that's absolutely awesome. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a whole Marvel Hydra thing going on, which is pretty cool. I personally, these are a little bit straight for me to throw. I found my finger placement fine, but they are still a little bit straight. My fingers tend to sort of knock into each other. I've got big hands. Another thing I like the fact that it's shorter now. I'm putting the tail carbon stems on these as well. They're really, really durable. I've had mine on my Legions for a long time, and they just don't bend, buckle or break. So price point of these, RRP, you're looking around about standard shop price in the UK, around between £75 and £100. A lot of work goes into these darts, and I appreciate the value that they put on them. What you don't see is the, another cheeky little hat trick, what you don't see is all of the customs charges that get put on top, the VAT that gets put on top, all of the different import charges that you have to pay to get the dart from New Zealand, which is why I think sort of the companies like Unicorn and Windmill have a more competitively priced dart, purely because they don't have to encounter all of those charges just to be able to stock a dart in the shop. So please do bear that in mind when you look to go and buy a shop dart, because they are, in my opinion, worth every single penny. So what I'm going to do now is going to do a little summary. A quick summary of the Warrior Kapenes. These darts are perfect for a pencil dart thrower. If you like a thin, slim, slender barrel, you like something that's got a center weight. I mean, the weight is literally just ever so slightly front loaded. Ooh, you can see that front loaded central, so it's just at the front, so the tipping point's just here, and that's where your balance is. So that's where it's front loaded, ever so slightly heavier. I personally held these just at the in front of there, because I found that that front scallop was useful for me to find as a reference point. Any other player I would recommend these to would be somebody that holds in the centre of the dart, either a 2-finger grip, 3-finger grip. You'd benefit from this massively. The cinder grip does add traction. The detail on this is, like I say, it's one of the most beautiful darts I think I've ever seen. It's so intricate and it's beautiful with the black tip, the black stem, and the coordinated flight at the back. It just makes for an absolutely beautiful dart. It's 100% a head turner, massive head turner. So you can go online and see these. Don't forget the RRP is around about £75 to £100. Go to Shop Darts, go onto the where to buy section of their website, and that will guide you to the place within your country where you can source these darts from. Okay. Coming up, don't forget we have our Jingle Ball that's kicking off. That's going to be on November the 28th. We still have places available. Please look us up on Facebook and through Twitter. Have a chat with us, and we can sort you out your place for that. Failing that, big news coming up in the near future. Like I said, I put a few teasers out, and we'll be able to announce what that is next week. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll speak to you soon. We go again. Take care.